What it is, people, it's your boy Doggie Diamonds, another episode of Doggie Diamonds No Filter. I am your host, Doggie Diamonds. To my right, I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but to my right, I got...
C-Gutta. All right, Brother Tad.
We supposed to say C-Gutta? No, I'm supposed to say C-Gutta, where you at? Yeah. Gutta, what's going on, man?
Ain't nothing, bro, ain't nothing.
So, I want to get into a really quick t-shirt line, hoodie line. This is what I got on right here. Pronounce it for me.
Balogun.
And what does that mean?
Rough translation, a general, a warlord.
Got you.
Know what I mean? You're a father at war. Which basically means he's the head of the village when it comes to doing battle.
Got you.
You know.
So a lot of people, when they think of their t-shirt line, they always got like these extravagant names. Why that name?
First of all, it's my name.
Okay.
That's my government. You know what I mean?
Wow. Yeah.
But you know, just being instilled in with that type of attitude as far as your heritage, your history. My mom's instilled that, obviously, because she gave me an African name. So,
Yeah.
you know, when you going through all the little street stuff and all that, boo, you may not be aware of, you know, well, you aware, but you block out a lot of the stuff that is more meaningful. You know
Mama Love tried to give it to you, but you're like, yo, I'm out here.
No, I took it, but you know, at a young age, you didn't have enough guidance. You know what I'm saying? And you know, sidebar, I don't like when people say yo because they fall, because my pops wasn't around.
Yeah.
But that's not the reason why I did what I did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I hate when people like try to use that narrative every time.
Yeah.
I just my personal opinion, when you about 10, 11, if you doing something, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're fully cognizant of what you're going to do. Mm-hmm. If you going to go in your mom's purse and steal some money, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, and I definitely don't know any criminal that hasn't done that.
Started off,
Yeah. You stole out your mom's purse.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
You knew your mom was gonna beat your ass if she catch you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we just, you know what I mean? You make that conscious decision. But without proper guidance, that's where it takes on, you know what I mean, a different route. You know, so I ain't had a proper guidance because it's a lot of things that, looking back at in retrospect, that I could have did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But obviously that doesn't make me into the individual I am now.
Yeah.
I would have been a different Seif. Nobody probably would know of a C-Gutta, boo. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't have did the time I did. You know what I'm saying?
The notoriety, you wouldn't have got it.
But at the end of the day is everybody got to go through some type of struggle.
How does it feel
in order to grow?
How does it feel being on this block?
What you mean?
You're on Hudson Street. Last time you was here was what?
Yeah. 2001. Yeah. Nah, facts.
How does it feel being on this block?
I mean, they didn't got me for doing the time now, so I really can't. You know, it is what it is.
But do it feel weird being on this block though, or does it look different to you?
No, me and Tad had a conversation. I thought the building was actually Hot 97.
Oh no, you probably borrowed from there.
No. I went there with Faye.
Okay.
For it was for March 9th. I went there with Faye, and because I hung out with Faye all that day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she went to a few radio stations. She did Sway, then she went to Hot 97 or whatever. I got to see my guy enough. You know what I mean? But no, they didn't bar me.
Okay.
They probably didn't actually know who I was either. Enough knew. You know what I'm saying? People that was in there, but I'm quite sure the people that own the building ain't know the dude that shot. Yeah. The dude that was that shot. You know what I'm saying? In front of the spot was there. So it wasn't no problem with me. Like I didn't have. It was funny to me that I was like, damn. First spot I come to.
Yeah.
Radio station. No, it wasn't the first spot, but it's like because we went to Sway shit first. But
got you.
I'm like the first first time after all this time back at this joint. It was just ironic that like, yo, end up back here.
When you think about that day, what would you have done different?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, because it was a situational thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't, now if I would have took the advice of people before, even with my state case, you know what I mean? Because even if I'd have took my own advice, for real.
Yeah.
Because I was telling, like, 2 weeks prior to me catching my state case, which happened after the Fed case, but, you know what I mean?
So Hot 97 was the Fed.
Yeah.
State case was Myrtle Ave.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
And Hot 97 happened first, but we got away. We didn't, until we got indicted and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I was telling my little brother, like, yo, cause it was something with some red rags or whatever, some domos. But he was like, yo, and I'm like, yo, God, you gotta be aware. Dudes is telling now, boo, and not just saying them specifically doing, but just speaking in general. Like, yo, you gotta be aware of what you doing, because you clap a dude, dudes will send you to jail, bro.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's literally what happened after I spoke to him with the
Myrtle Ave.
Yeah, with the Myrtle Ave joint. You know what I mean? So I just didn't take my own advice.
Yeah.
I'm like, I was more like that than like the uncle that always give you good advice.
The drunk uncle that don't,
but never follow none of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your uncle, he probably did 100 bids. You know what I'm saying? He stayed in jail. Man, I'm telling you, youngin', if you do this and you do that, and they be looking at you like, yo, but uncle, you like, you about to get sentenced next week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like that. So I had that joint where I always had the intelligence to give good advice, but I wasn't even following it because, like I said, my temper. You know what I'm saying? I had a bad temper and
had or you.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, my temper is my temper. Now,
I want to tell you how much you changed, though.
Listen, my temper is good.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't get mad and I don't be, you know what I'm saying? But now, I know the techniques to like breathe. Get away from a person if it's really get to that joint with you. You know what I'm saying? Because this another thing is people need to be aware in our communities about the mental health issues.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Any dude that came up, especially at our time in our environment, in the environments around New York City and anywhere,
inner city ghetto,
any slum area, kids going to suffer from PTSD. You in a war zone, bro.
We was talking off camera about all the dudes in our hood that got killed, not that died of a heart attack, that actually got murdered.
Yeah.
And we was in double digits.
Yeah.
And it happened when we was kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, y'all was kids, but I was like,
you know,
I'm half a man now.
Yeah. You got me by some.
So, but so that's an issue that if you don't deal with it, especially if you got anger issues, it's always gonna end up bad. You know what I mean?
I remember when I heard what happened at Hot 97, and they said Gutta was there, and I was like, oh no, that sound about right. That's what Gutta do. You know what I'm saying? And then I know with Big being gone, you really felt like you had to protect the home team more than anything, because what would Big had it done?
Yeah. I mean, I always been like from younger, like anybody I associate with, if you my man, the loyalty factor is heavy, and even for me being, because I always was a small guy, you know what I'm saying, in stature. Like I only got some size on me when I went to jail, you know what I mean? So back in the day I was slim, you know what I'm saying, not skinny. I was defined, but I was slim. Like I wasn't no heavyweight, like you know. But dude, everybody knew I was a fighter. So but even then, I always had a certain level of protectiveness of anybody I deal with. You know what I mean? It's just, and especially like me and Tad was talking about this earlier, it was like I'm the oldest. It was me, Big, O, Cheek. You know what I mean? Everybody was at least a year younger than me.
And Winnie was way younger than y'all.
Nah, Winnie's actually older than O.
Word? I never knew that.
Winnie's only 2 years younger than me.
I always thought Oli was, you know why? Because Oli was out more.
Yeah.
That's so Winnie always seemed like the younger brother. Wow.
So, like, I was the oldest. But you got to remember, I was the shortest, too.
Yeah.
Only one was shorter than me was Cheek.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I was the shortest, but I was the wildest. You know what I'm saying? I was always high-strung.
I mean, when you hear something on Fulton Street and you heard Seif, it was like, yeah, that's Seif. That's just...
And, you know, like, you know, I'm and it's kind of like an oxymoron because I was always hyper, but I was always in the background.
Yeah.
I was only hyper in certain instances. Joking.
Yeah. Snapping, ranking in the hood. That was
ranking.
Yeah.
When it come time to put in work and playing ball. Because you know everybody in the hood knew that was my thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So those were the things I would be always hype about. Other than that, I was always in the background. You know what I'm saying? That's where Big and O and all of them personalities would come out, and you know everybody would. If it wasn't joking, like I wasn't really speaking. You know, I speak to who I deal with. Other than that, I was in the cut, so it was kind of like different. You know what I mean? And I think I got that through just from me coming back to New York from down south. You know, I ain't fit in. Yeah. You know, country, but I'm from New York. Yeah. But I'm country. You know what I'm saying? And even down south, I didn't really fit in.
Because you to New York. Yeah.
And I didn't grow up and I lived in a few towns. I didn't just stay in one town all my life. You know what I'm saying? The whole time I was down there, I went to town. So I was kind of like a outside looking in kid. But I had a certain amount of popularity through sports. And me always, I fight anybody. For real. Like we in small towns, so it might be a dude 3-4 years older than me. I'm gonna be scared, and I might get my ass whipped. But we gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going. You know what I'm saying? And hence the name. You know what I'm saying? Like once my mom's told me, that's a warrior name. Going back to the clothing line. You know what I'm saying? Once my mom's told me, you got a warrior name, I took that in a way, literally, that I have to fight all the time. You know, when you telling a kid, the parents aren't cognizant of how the kid is going to take it.
And what they instilling in you, not even
you know what I'm saying? You telling me this, and my mind that's not mature, that means warrior, I fight. We anything that needs to be solved, this is how we solve it.
So when you came back from down south, was it when you came back from Texas, Big was on, or what was it? What was it?
Nah, when I came home from jail, Big was on.
Which jail time though? Cause
my second bid.
The second.
Cause I came from my first bid, I was only home 4 months.
Okay.
And got locked right back up. That's when when I got locked up, that I was in Ulster when I called Knee Crib, and I'm talking to JC. And Knee get on the phone and tell me, O got killed. And this is like June 92. I literally just came back from the yard from playing ball in the Jack Max. You know what I'm saying? People don't know Jack Max. Like we used to call the state sneakers, because they'll give you either some Chuck Taylors, and then it got worse. They start getting you some. It's called Anacondas. That's a fact.
But for people who don't know who O is a childhood friend that Biggie wrote the song "Missing You" about.
Yeah, facts.
That's Oli.
Yeah, that's Oli.
Was definitely a part of the.
Nah, yeah,
he would have been right
he's
there.
One of he's
day one.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like he's actually before the genesis of Big.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
He's
It's
Fat Chris.
yeah.
He's Fat Chris.
Yeah, he was fat. He was Fat Chris.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was there around as Big was big because you got to remember Big
Uptown,
was big.
Yeah.
Big was big hustling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't Notorious B.I.G.
Facts.
He was just because Lorraine, Big.
Yeah.
Big. You know what I'm saying? That's how she used to call him. So when it went from Fat Chris to Big, then Biggie, then Jimmy Dean started calling him Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
And then it just evolved into the rapper name.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So he was, but I mean, as far he was there before the genesis of the Notorious B.I.G.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? He was there, you know, when we was in that era when we was selling crack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And sadly, he was gone before Big got to it.
Yeah.
He was gone.
Yeah. O was gone when the summer Big first got the unsigned hype.
Yeah.
This is 92. We took the picture on Bedford and Quincy in 92, bro. I got locked up probably a couple weeks later, like 3 weeks, maybe a month later. You know what I'm saying? If that. You know what I mean? Then by that summer, June, O got killed. You know what I'm saying? So Big ain't even get a chance to even, I think, crack with anything.
Yeah.
Nothing cracked off for him yet when O got murked. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, it's...
Yeah. O was, and it's funny because I just always remember O was like biggest hype man. Like, yo, Big, that Big, yo,
listen,
yo.
And and what's strange is like for people that know O was a cocky. That's my, you know what I'm saying? That's more like we used to argue. Like, you know what I'm saying? We would sit there and argue all day. You know, we'll debate all day about everything, me and O. But that's my, you know what I'm saying? And that's how you can see the loyalty, because O, being the arrogant dude he is, he put his own, you know, his cockiness, I ain't gonna say arrogant, but his cockiness and his bravado, he put that to the side and put it all that to Big. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, it ain't no love greater than that in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? When you like, and that's why I say it's like Rock took the burner. You know what I'm saying? Me just doing stuff for Bad Boy that, you know what I mean, putting myself in situations. Because I wasn't, honestly, I never got caught doing nothing for Big. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got away with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just honest. You know what I'm saying? I never, and that's why a lot of people probably, as far in the Main Street people, they don't know about me. You know what I'm saying? Because I never got caught for doing nothing for Big. I got caught for doing other and people just basically knew my name. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They never saw, like, you always saw Big Rock with Big in pictures. You know what I'm saying? C's. You know what I'm saying?
Nino.
The whole mafia. And the few pictures that I got, you know what I'm saying? It's literally a few. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, when you doing bids, you losing shit, bro. If you live on your own, cause I live by myself. Like my mom's was deceased in '88. You know what I mean? So I was on my own. Had my own apartment, all this. So once I get locked up, pictures, clothes, all that shit, if don't nobody come get it, that's gone. Yeah. So I had, you know, we had mad pictures, but, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying?
So Big, where was you at when you first heard that Big got killed?
In the Beacon.
And how did the news come to you? Did you hear
I was
it
in
like
7 block. At that time, I wasn't going to breakfast. Like, I stay in my cell. But around breakfast time, before breakfast, dude banged on my wall. Boom, 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 boom. Yo, they killed your cousin in L.A. Now, mind you, before we locked in, I spoke to Big. You know what I'm saying? Because Big had a 201 number. You couldn't, at that time on the island, you couldn't call 917s.
Yeah, that wasn't common no more. Yeah, that was a cell phone.
Yeah. So it was you couldn't call those numbers because they knew they were cell phones. But Big had a 201 number. 201 is a Jersey number. Mm-hmm. So I could call the 201 number because it's a Jersey number. But I'm paying for the calls. You know what I'm saying? So I spoke to him that night. So what dude's telling me is like, it don't even sound right. Like, yo, stop playing with me, bad bro. I'm asleep. He like, nah, yo, cut the radio on. So when I cut the radio on, that's when Ice-T was on it. Yeah, he was on it crying, scared. He was saying he's scared. I remember Ice-T saying, yo, I'm scared out here. I ain't got nothing to do with that because I think he thought it was just gonna be on some LA versus New York. Anybody from LA could get it. Yeah, so and I heard that. So when we did come out, I called Big Mom's crib. You know what I'm saying, on St. James. And I think his uncle picked up the phone. I'm like, yo, I speak to Miss Wallace. He like, yo, Valletta gone to LA. Boom. Once he said that, I was like, all right, I know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I couldn't call Rock, couldn't call C's for the simple fact
917-347.
Yeah, they got cell phone numbers. Big got a regular. You know what I'm saying? This is that area of Jersey number anyway. So, but yeah.
In that climate, when he told me he was going to LA, I was like, nah, like I didn't really think he should have went. What was your thoughts on it?
Nah, I mean, see, I know Big. That's just like telling me not to go to Texas when I go to Texas is to sell drugs. Yeah. Well, it's gonna be what it's money over there. That's what I'm going to. So you got to respect it from a hustler standpoint, from a person that we was in the streets. We would take all type of risks. So I'm looking at it like it's legal money now, but at the same time, I'm like, yo, bro, because I know this is gangbang capital of the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm knowing go down. So I'm telling him, I think I sent him, I spoke to him. Matter of fact, the night I spoke to him, I'm like, yo, go to the spy shop. And cause I had a ad for the spy shop from some magazine I had. I don't even remember the magazine, but anyway, I had a joint for the spy shop. So I was like, yo, go get a fast boy. You know what I'm saying? To do drive-bys. You know what I'm saying? This is just, I was telling her, I was like, yo, to be on point, I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't take away from anybody else, but how you feel.
Gutta would have been in that car, I know that.
Yeah, I would have been in the car. But this I'm saying, how you feel is like, that's just like, all right, if I'm getting ready to fight somebody, in my mind, I'm going to whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? Even if I got some type of apprehension, I'm still, in my mind, I'm going to whip your ass. Because if in my mind I say I'm not going to whip your ass, then you're going to whip my ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta have the confidence.
So, but in my mind, at the same time, all right, this dude, hand skills is vicious, so I gotta be prepared, on point. And that was my whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is over there. You know what I'm saying? Because we just went through with the Soul Train Awards.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
you was out there for that?
What, for the
Soul Train Awards?
Not when he got killed.
No, you was out there for the Soul Train Awards. The prior to the shit.
Yeah. When Pac was alive.
So y'all saw Tupac?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's when I had backed the burnout on shoot. Well, not backed it out. I pulled it out. I had it behind my back. He seen me. You know what I'm saying?
So you said Suge?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like he seen me and he was like, yo, got a strap. And that's when the police.
We wasn't using that slang. We was talking about burner, jammy.
Right. Yeah. But that's a LA slang. That's an old LA slang. You know what I'm saying? So he was like, yo, he got a strap. So it was me, Big, C's, and some big goofy security. I don't even know this name, but he was big. In my opinion, and I don't want to, but he was soft to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's just a big body, cause he like, come on, Dad, let's go. Like his whole voice just sounded made to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was tight. First of all, I was tight with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? So I didn't, so I backed when I pulled the gun out, because I went on the stage and everything with the burner.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because we was in the stage. C's had a bottle of Don. He drunk a whole bottle for Dolo. I think me and Rock like took a sip.
Mm-hmm.
And we was on the side, and this was just drinking a whole joint. So after Big performed, when he got the joint, we went up there. I had to burn up. You know me at that time. I flashed that shit in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I pulled the shirt up, but not to the audience, but because niggas is born. So I banged back.
Yeah.
Like what? You know what I mean? But that's your mentality. When your mentality is like that, then you're not
and that
really
Brooklyn is on.
You're not really thinking logically.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You all in his emotions. So I'm, born. Well, man, you know what I'm saying? Flash the burner. You know what I mean? On some New York shit.
Was that the first time Big?
Wallows. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm stunting.
Was that the first time Big and Pac saw each other since all of that shit?
Yeah. That was. And Pac did his little theater. But Big was shocked from the fact that of the theatrics. Like Big was like, wow, you really, you know what I'm saying?
Taking this all the way.
Yeah, you really going there.
Yeah.
Because like I've told people before, man, like Big had profound love for Pac.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like the nigga took up for me one time when I called him a nigga. Like he took up for him against me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, he ain't no big. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He probably can't beat you, but he ain't no big. I'm like, damn, bro, like I'm tight off of some shit he's saying about you. You know what I'm saying? And that's it, and that's how I knew that he really had genuine love for Pac. You know what I'm saying?
Pac was at the hotel one day, and I was coming down to town to the liquor store in St. James, and Big was like, yo, come with me to see Pac at the hotel. I was like, all right, cool, let me get some liquor. And he said, now, you know what? Nah, you can't go, because I can't control you and him at the same time. You crazy, he crazy, you about to get drunk, I can't control both of y'all. But people don't know when Pac came to town, Big used to go see him all the time. You know what I'm saying? And he used to come to Fulton Street. Pac came on Fulton Street.
Yeah, like actually I had called the crib one time when Pac, and it might have been at one time when Pac was there.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get to speak to dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like, yo, I got Pac on the block, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? And I think I heard dude in the background or something. You know, he got it. He has a
distinctive voice.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I kind of heard him in the background. C's and them, because they was all in the crib, C's and them in the back, yo, because they ain't see me in a while, so they saying it over the phone or whatever. But it wasn't even no long phone call. You know what I'm saying? Because like really, at that time, like, well, period. Like when I'm in jail, it's like the less contact with people kind of is better for me in certain parts of the bed. Like once I start getting short, then but once, like, if I'm in my bed, you know what I mean, and it's kind of crazy, you know what I mean, but when I'm in my bed, like, I really don't want a lot of outside contact for the simple fact is I don't want to be taken out of my focus on what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It's
in the prison.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm doing this bit.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm worrying about shit in here and shit out there,
you might get caught slipping or just not,
or just something from out here might just
Yeah.
turn my, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
because it's just a lot of shit that went on that I wasn't hearing about because
You wouldn't.
lack of contact. You know what
So
I'm saying?
when you heard about what happened to Big, did you want to wild out in there? Was you on one in there, or was you just like, damn?
No, I wasn't like I was on one, but it was like if somebody say something slick about Big,
Yeah.
it's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that happened day one. Like
Oh,
man,
okay.
you know, some Spanish kid. I don't know if he was a king or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I know it was a Spanish kid, like a chubby Spanish kid. He was like, yo, that's what this get for going out there.
Whoa.
We on the line. But you know, they talking. We on the line coming from I think the yard or something like that. Cause we was coming from the yard. So, you know, I'm coming out. I'm walking back. You know, it's stress. I'm just walking with my man, smoking or whatever, boo, boo, boo. And he probably like 10 people in front of me. He said it. Bingo. Antennas up. Yo, my man, you need to watch it. John Wop. You know what I'm saying? And ain't got away. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, ain't got away. And I think the police kind of knew, but it's like the whole jail at the time knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? The relationship with. So, you know, I got shine. You know, I got a chain with diamonds in it. You know what I mean? I'm and then people know like I done got visits already. You know what I'm saying? So people know, police know. It's a few police from the hood that were working in the Beacon. Then police that's not from the hood, but they from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? So dudes that I was with know them and like that. It was just like, so, you know, dudes like, yo, the dude brought my guy Twin. He probably retired now. He brought me the obituary. You know what I'm saying? He brought me the obituary. Rock gave him the obituary, and he brought the obituary to me. You know what I'm saying? So, like, people knew. So I think I kind of got away off of that, but I really ain't cared if I got caught or not anyway. You know what I mean? Because I was just in that mind state. Yeah.
Could we put this rumor to rest that I know the rumor's not fake, but Biggie wasn't a Crip?
No.
Yeah, but you know, everybody's saying Biggie was a Crip.
Because he said, all the Don moves from New York thought, because he said, beating down Billy Badasses. Now, I think 9 Trays is Billy's.
Yes.
Right. So that's where, you know what I'm saying, dude, like, because, you know, certain blood dudes that I was meeting that I knew, like, I knew that nigga he was talking about, but I'm like, God, wasn't no blood. I mean, wasn't no Crip. Big ain't claimed nothing. I'm a Crip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we dispel all off. I'm the only rapper, you know what I'm saying, from that group that's a Crip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Period.
Yeah, because I used to argue with people like, nah, Junior Mafia, they Crips, the whole hood. I'm like, no, they the only one with Crip was a gutter. Big was neutral. Big wasn't down with nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Junior Mafia, if anything, I would say they the Sixers, if anything, because that was the first they was wearing, them damn 666 on they vests and all that shit. But so you come home and Big is not here now, and then now it's you run around with Siege, you run around and Kim. You went around, how many did you get to go all around? Like the world and shit, or was it like just local?
Oh no, I went all over. Certain spots I couldn't go. You know what I mean? Just logistics. You know what I mean? Because I'm not a rapper.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Certain shit, like, I'm not going to Milan and shit like that. I mean, why would I?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not no entertainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's something, like, Big, if Big was going to that type of course. Like,
yeah.
Or not. Because it's been certain times with Big I couldn't go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just what it is. But like I'm not an entertainer, bro. So that shit never, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't crazy about Sean either. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a little joint and I'll click like the Sean Ola. You was thirsty for that Sean Ola.
Yeah.
You been sniffing, boy, that Sean Ola? You know what I'm saying?
Jumping
we get
in
that
front
from
of the camera.
Yeah, that, you know. Yeah. So I never Because like I said, I'm not a rapper. You know, I'm not an artist in that terms. Now, if somebody want to talk to me about what I'm doing personally, as far as my clothing line, when I talk to the youth and all that, yeah, we can expound on that at all times. But I'm not a rapper, so I don't feel no way when I gotta miss a beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm not an entertainer.
Yeah. When the depiction of you, do you think there's a lot of misconceptions about who the general public think C-Gutta is?
Oh, of course.
Cause C-Gutta,
first of all, probably the majority of people thought I was probably about 6'5", 6'6". Nah, for real, cause look how tall. Like Rock is 6'5".
Yeah.
Right. Big is 6'3". Big was 6'3". I'm the smallest one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even L was bigger than me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's one misconception. Then the people probably just think I'm always gritted up. I crack jokes all day.
Yeah.
I smoke bud and crack jokes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my.
Then
you know what I mean?
Then they probably thought you really kidnapped kids.
Yeah.
Throw them over the bridge.
Now at one time, I might have kidnapped some kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if dude had that bag. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, let's because we got to be honest. You know what I'm saying? I was in the streets. I was robbing. You know what I'm saying? I done did home invasion, stuff like that. So if I snatch somebody's kids, it's but I'm not throwing them over no bridge. You know what I'm saying? Boo, 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 boo. And it wouldn't even be like a real kidnapping.
Yeah.
It's I got, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't, like, me, I love kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a daughter and a granddaughter. But like, outside of that, I love kids. So, you know, me just being that type of vicious dude. And I Big explain, like, yo, I'm trying to make you just look like that. I'm like, bro, I don't need to, like, because I never was a dude that need validation from anybody else about what I do. What I am, what I do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, you know, I'm just gonna do whatever I do. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm saying? Now, I pop but not on no pop on some gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? I just pop like, yeah, you I fly, you know, on that type of pop and shit. Like I'm not one of those dead serious. Oh yeah, I killed 30. Like, if they start doing that to me, I'm looking at him like he crazy. It's like, yo, boy,
start moving away from him.
Yeah. What you trying to go to jail? Like, first of all, you confessing. Like, you confessing the crime. Like, you know, now, I used to rob people and do shit like that, but that's public record, bro.
And I mean, you have participated in active violence, but
facts.
You're not a violent person. Only when when need be.
Yeah. But it's this.
But rather,
you got certain people like that have violent tendencies. I'm one of those individuals.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the warrior spirit within you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn how to harness it. At one time I didn't know how to harness, you know what I'm saying, that violent side. I didn't know how to harness it and use it only in
circumstances.
Last resort. You know what I mean? Even now it's like I'll be ready to punch somebody dead in their face. You know what I mean? You know, it's because somebody, all I did was cage the demon.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I caged him. That's, you know, so I could still unleash it. You know what I mean? So, but I try to be as much as I can a peaceful person. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because number one, I don't want to go back to jail.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But if it comes to a situation where I feel I gotta go that, then, you know, I accept my fate. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it would have to be somebody really did something that they deserve something to happen to them. You know what I'm saying?
When you was locked up and C's was going through what he was going through in the streets, you know, he was getting all types of names. Felt like people was kind of like picking on him after a while. How did you receive that?
I was mad. I was upset, but more with everybody. Upset with him, upset with Kim, upset with Rock, upset with Puff. It's just because I just felt that we family. You know what I'm saying? Like certain stay there. You know what I'm saying? And I, like it was unwarranted because humans are humans. They're gonna make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Everybody make mistakes. You know what I mean? So, but like I'm human. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was upset. I'm like, yo, I'm sitting here doing all time. You know what I'm saying? And you motherfuckers is not together. You know what I mean? And that's selfish. You know what I'm saying? Because it's now I was just thinking about my side of the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I got the time, that I got the most time that I'm feeling upset because motherfuckers ain't doing it how I feel they should be doing it. That ain't how life works. You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm definitely glad that, they back together, it's gonna be some big things for them going forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was it like finally really seeing Kim and talking to her and really getting to build with her after you came home? Because you saw her one time and it was just regular, but then I guess now y'all might have had a little.
Yeah. It was more the dinner. You know what I mean? At the dinner, we was able to. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, because I had to come. I came to grips with everything. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have no leanings anyway. I never had no leanings anyway because that's all how we got a family dispute. That's between y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to interject when either one of y'all just go outside the bounds. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I really was tight about. It's like, yo, y'all kind of was like, come on, man. You know what I mean? But, from us speaking, man, it's all love. You know what I mean? Because homegirl went through a lot. She went through a lot too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So on both sides. So, you know what I'm saying? My boy went through a lot. That's why I'm happy. You get to see him and you see his genuine love. You know what I'm saying? It's like the love never went nowhere. But motherfuckers is so mad at each other. Like you might have a brother. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all done had a fight 10 years ago. I'll give you a perfect example. Me and my older sister. You know what I'm saying? My older sister, for years, I just felt that you're trying to be my mom's. You know what I'm saying? So I would always keep a super distance from my sister. You know what I mean? Now my sister got breast cancer. You know what I'm saying? So when you look at like that, it's like, man, we don't got no time to be holding
sure.
holding little sucker like that, because at the end of the day, it's sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? If you really love somebody, then y'all can get past anything. You know what I'm saying? Unless they really violated. If somebody really violated, then that they don't love you. You know what I'm saying? But, if y'all love each other, y'all can always come back and so that's how you know it was genuine love, because they was able to come back, and when they linked back up, it was like
they was together yesterday.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not no let's
let
ease
me test
in.
you out.
Yeah,
let me see what you about. Yeah.
Let me ease in. It was like, all right, sis, damn, we back together. It's just elation. You know what I'm saying? You just how you all right, when you see your man, he just came home from jail or whatever, you just looking at the like grinning.
Yeah.
Home. Yeah. Like you just like this, just saying, damn, my
yeah.
nigga home, or anything, any type of separation you have from somebody, and when they come back, the genuine love is just like, you like, man, damn, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how you do that?
Yeah,
like,
that's real.
Like Denzel, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man,
So right now you the t-shirt thing, you gonna do some hats?
Yeah.
Okay, do some hats.
I definitely gotta do some hats.
That look like it'll go off on a nice sweatsuit too, a little tracksuit.
No, that's a fact. I mean, but
where could the people get it though?
Balagoon.com. They can go to my Instagram at Real Mafia C-Gutta, or they can go to Balagoon Clothing and just click the link.
Okay,
it's gonna pop up. See, I'm not
Or
technically.
savvy.
Yeah, I ain't that savvy, so I might send somebody crazy.
Yeah.
They might be at somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, because it's another dude, but I think he's overseas that has a Balagoon clothing, and it says Balagoon underscore clothing. My shit is just Balagoon, and my logo is right on the side.
Yeah,
so,
right.
I make sure under this video it's in there so they know exactly where to go.
So you know, I gotta crawl before I walk. I'm just you know, most of these is 10-toe hustling.
Yeah.
Hand in hand.
Yeah,
I got it. Oh, where you at? All right.
Exactly.
I mean, you know.
Do it bother you that some people might depict you like you just a goon just around? Like you just don't have no sense, you just a savage goon who's there, you bust your gun and you'll fight and all that. Do that bother you?
A little, you know, a little bit. It would bother anybody, I think. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, you don't even take in account a dude intelligence. You know what I mean? His capacity for love, his capacity for understanding. You know what I mean? It's like you just like, yo, this is just a dumb,
or even grown. Since what they've heard about.
This is just a dumb nigga that's just gonna kill anybody. This is what literally dudes. Because a dude will pull up to me and be like, yo, you a hood legend, and I respect it because that just shows the amount of honor they give to me and the struggle I went through. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I know how they're viewing me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This the nigga that's gonna clap something. This the nigga that's going, you know what I mean? That's what they, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because now a dude acknowledge that you're a warrior. But have something else in there too. Have some admiration for something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I be respecting more dudes that follow me after I put up a post about something that's significant to African people. You know what I mean? Like I just put up a post the other day about from Umar Johnson. He was talking about how much we spend and
Yeah. That was yesterday you put that up.
Yeah. Was it?
I think it was yesterday or the day before,
So, you know, I engage more with people that follow me
for that side of you.
For that side.
The intellect.
You know what I mean? For the intellect.
Yeah.
Because, bro, I'm not trying to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not like, all right, I'm a Crip. You know, I with the homies, boo, 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 boo. But when I talk to the homies, I'm trying to tell them, yo, business.
Yeah.
Your hood is supposed to be your military arm and your financial arm. This is what the hood is supposed to be in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? People might disagree.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
People might disagree, but in my eyes, and I think, you know what I mean. Because you might have a gang of 50 dudes. If you got 50 homies, bro, and all of them come in and put $20 a week together, and this is not only your war chest, this is your financial chest. Right? So now, boom, you build that. Now you figure out
what do we do with the money?
Yeah.
A sound plan.
Yeah, a sound plan, and it could be any of the homies. It could be the youngest homie because they into the technology. Cause we can do this, boom, 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 bam, and that might take off, bro. And that's what I, you know what I mean. That's the that I try to tell the little homies, like, I stop getting into politics. Number one, like gang politics. Yo, this hood is over there. They beefing with this hood, and man, you got beef with any of them. Don't worry about that. Worry about building yours up. You know what I'm saying? And then once you get to a level of strength and influence, now you can go to other hoods. Listen, homie. This is what we doing over here. I'm gonna give you a map.
Build the army.
Boom. This is what you doing. This is what you should be doing.
But even though you've been Crip for a while, I never seen you like, yo, I'm the super big Crip. I never seen you on that type of time. Like, we know what you are, but it's like you never broadcasted it to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, some people, when you see them, you say, oh, he's Latin King because that's all he projects. You know what I'm saying? Everything. We know you a Crip, but it's like, but that's gutter though. You know what I'm saying?
But y'all know me. You know what I'm saying? Like people that like Gangbangers see me, they know me. They
Yeah,
know I'm a
yeah.
Crip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's more to you than you just being a Crip. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, of course. It has to be.
Yeah.
Because I look at it like this is Crippin' only made a part of me.
Mm-hmm.
But the influence I put in the Crippin' is stronger.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm an influence of a homies.
Mm-hmm.
See, Crippin' gave me influence, but my influence to the homies is from me, not just from Crippin'. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Personal
that's
experience.
the shit that I tell dudes like, yo, cause you know, the hood ain't me. I'm the hood.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the hood doesn't dictate what I do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I dictate what the hood does. And not on no like me just calling shots, but my influence. When younger homies, because I'm not gonna influence everybody.
Right.
But I got enough younger homies that they pay attention to what I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So when I'm giving them this type, they be like, nah, cuz, you right. Yeah. But y'all gotta put it into action, homie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And which goes for myself too.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's certain stuff I might speak about, I don't put into action yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mind is cluttered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, you got to get that meditation.
Yeah,
You got to get
yeah.
certain thing that alone time where you can
Decompress.
Yeah, you can decompress. You can get all that clutter out your mind. All the shit that don't matter, the new kicks.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
over here. You know what I'm saying? Because these are all the things that be going, yo, boom, boom, because
I gotta get a new chain, yo. These new sneakers is out. Yeah.
And bro, like I might sit there and obsess on my clothing line a little bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'll be just having visions of where I want it to be. All right, bro, fall the back.
Yeah, you tell that to yourself. You telling that to yourself.
It's steps to this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I get ahead of myself all the time with bro that I'm passionate about. You know what I'm saying? That's the same thing with I would like to have the program up soon. It's a joint called Young Kings. Like that's a program. It's gonna be mentoring, rites of passage, people teaching about financial literacy.
Mm-hmm.
So young dudes you're not going to school or whatever to go work for somebody. You're learning how to operate and control things yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because why would you go to school, go to college, be in debt, and you come home working for somebody?
Word.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if we catch you at them in them formative years, where we have people that know how to do this stuff, because I can't sit there and teach them myself per se, because I don't know all the ins and outs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a work in progress my motherfucking self when it comes to the business aspect and this technology.
Right.
Remember, I've been gone 16 years ago. So.
Was you surprised that the Crippin' and Blood spread throughout New York the way it did?
Crippin', yeah.
Crippin', right? Because this always was when
This is a blood city.
Yeah,
no, it still is.
Yeah, facts.
Like I don't,
yeah.
you know what I mean? This is like LA is a Crip city.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the majority, and you don't take away from any other gang. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying here like we not a factor.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely a factor, but it's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You go to jail, nigga, you might go in a jail where it's 80 bloods. And you might be the only one, 2, 3 other niggas with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what really made me more surprised that the homies just start gaining numbers like that.
Mm.
And it's it's gonna be the same. It's gonna be a lot of the same that from before I came home. Gonna be going to jail, dropping their flag, turning Muslim, turning God body.
Was a lot of people doing that? Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's gonna be the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't remember when you turned Crip though.
Well, I was affiliated from when I was down south.
Got you.
You gotta remember.
Right.
We was Decepticons first in the hood. we was decent for like, what was that, for a few days, right?
Yeah, that had to be
probably like
87,
88.
Yeah, it was a few days.
Yeah, y'all lucky y'all ain't say that then. I would definitely would have punched one of y'all in the face.
Nah,
we was Deception back then.
Nah, we was.
I hated Deception then.
We did too.
We did too.
Yeah,
That's how we
did.
ended up hating them.
Now, you know why I hated them? Because my little cousin went to Park West.
Oh,
you know,
Printing, that was their headquarters.
That was their headquarters.
Yeah.
So one dude tried to snatch her earrings, but they snatched her homegirl earrings. And she said it was Decepticon. I was on a train every day trying to shoot one of them, stab them or
I remember
them or
Country
something.
Chris, if you said you was a Decept, he went berserk on anybody that was Decept.
Yeah, and that was because that was my.
But people don't know. Well, Country Chris, we ain't gonna talk about him on this podcast, but he was a legend. He was a legend. Yeah, Country Chris is out of his mind.
But see, even to go back to all of that, where we at with it now, you know, things that me and C-Gutta's working on, is to take all of these years of being in that street life, being raised in Brooklyn, you know, a lot of times, and save lives with this. Because a lot of young dudes aren't as fortunate as we are to go through all of the trials and tribulations that we went through. You know what I'm saying? Because most people know Gutta because of Big rapped about him.
That's the only reason people know about me.
Right.
Like
only people who know me.
Yeah.
Because I'm at the stage right now where a lot of the violence is nothing to really be glorified, but we see a lot of people trying to antagonize and agitate the new generation on who's more tough and who's this and who's that. But the reality is a lot of dudes are really losing their lives behind this.
Yeah.
And like Gutta said, you know, he got a daughter and a grandchild, and I got grandchildren. And our whole thing is, if we survived the 80s and the 90s, what's supposed to be our takeaway?
That was the roughest time.
Balagoon is the war chief.
Yeah.
It's the warlord. It's the elder. It's the one who protects the community. But it's not just the physical aspect of protecting the community. It's giving them the knowledge and the information. Like you said, the Rites of Passage program. We've been through it. We're going to teach you how to walk through the fire and survive. But a lot of dudes these days and age ain't trying to give that to the youngins. Mm-hmm. Everybody's celebrating failure and idiocy. And we trying to save lives. We not trying to speculate, yo, what's up with that beef with you and them dudes over there? Because we see it on so many podcasts. Yeah. And it's killing our community in all seriousness. You know what I'm saying? It sound good for the record. It look good on videos. Yeah. But the fact of the matter is, our young dudes is dying from each other, and we not even talking about the killer cops that's killing our people for nothing. So we got too many things to fight out here. Too many things against us.
Got killed in Texas.
Yeah, with her little 8-year-old nephew in the crib.
It starts with the mentality.
Yeah, definitely.
It starts with the mentality because
carry that conversation.
All, what the general public might not know is that, well, you my first cousin, but we all from the same neighborhood.
Yeah, facts.
We all seen Gutta was older than us, but you're older than me. I'm the youngest out of y'all. Gutta got me by some years, and you got me by some years. And we all put in work. And Gutta got you by some years.
Yeah.
But everybody did what they did in the hood, and it's like none of us really glorify that. Like we be like, yo, nah, that's stupid.
It's nothing, bro. Yeah. It's any African man that has any type of intelligence, you don't glorify that. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I don't brag about anything that I ever did. You know what I'm saying? I just tell the facts, bro, as I see them. You know what I mean? It's like I could tell you my mentality at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Around the time my mom's passed, I ain't care about my life, about another life. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to, you know, do something.
But think what's crazy though, Gutta, not to cut you, you needed help.
Yeah.
You needed counseling, you needed grief counseling.
No, that's a fact.
But what we did in the hood, we drank, smoked, and was violent.
Yeah.
Violent was
we take it out our own.
Yo, one time we watched Mississippi burning in the crib. Like, yo, nah, they ain't do that to us. Right to Midtown. First one, no. Matter of fact, we ain't make it to Midtown. We went in the hood. I ain't gonna say what block, cause you know, yeah. But we was in the hood. We walked down the block. It was like I think we hit like Green. There he go. Just get him, because that's all we knew. We wasn't trained. So what we need to offer the dudes, little dudes, and even some of these grown men,
them first too. A lot of times is
alternative to violence. Coping mechanisms, like you said, you meditate, you breathe, you go on the corner and say, I'm about to strangle this motherfucker, but I can't. Because I don't want to go back to prison, but I don't want him to think that I won't go back to prison if I have to.
But you don't even want to put that energy out.
Yeah.
See, more than anything, it's like, I definitely don't want to go back to jail. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I don't want to have that negative energy on my shoulders. That weigh you down, bro.
Yeah.
When all you can think about is negative violence and shit like that, shit weigh you down, bro.
Yeah.
I could just go back to times when I was in the penitentiary, and that's how when a dude had his best when I get locked in.
Mm-hmm.
No distractions.
Yeah, but
focused on you.
You know what I'm saying? I got negativity on my back all day because not just mine. You surrounded by that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say for a dude to make it out of that with any semblance of sanity, you got to give him kudos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because some, dudes, you got dudes doing all type of jail.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
just for nothing.
Yeah, for no reason.
To pass the time.
Like all type of dumb, I ain't gonna say I was that dude for the most part, but I was like, I would do unnecessary violence.
I ain't gonna front, I heard early on, Gutta was wilding on Rikers Island. I always heard that. Gutta was in there wilding.
Yeah, but like I wasn't wilding, cause like you got some wilding is different.
Yeah.
Because you had dudes that, like, I was never that dude that have dudes standing in the toilet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dude doing Beyonce's or cockroaches on the table because he saw hole in court. Like these is things that I've, you know what I'm saying, been around, like, especially in adolescence. Adolescence the worst, bro. Yeah. Dudes foul out. Like, this is suave in this, bro. Now, people don't, like, for the general public that don't know, dudes would stick a suave deodorant bottle in somebody.
Wow.
What type of, you know what I'm saying? What type of, like, you just violated dude manhood just because you can, and he's a her.
And you just as you did that to him, you just as bad as he is now, because you stuck something in another man, wrecked him.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But just the savagery
that
a dude, like, I never was that dude.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even cut a dude because I knew I could cut him.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
But then, inside they savages and they look for the weak. Because if you coward, it's always a test before they really try it. It's yo, what you got for me? Yo, you got.
Nah, but don't get me wrong. I was robbing.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and say like I wasn't.
He was the model president. Certain dudes is just not going to happen.
I'm not going to do.
Not only not are you not going to do it.
I'm just
but
like
certain dudes ain't getting suave.
You
gonna have to kill me.
Nah, that's a fact.
You gotta you gotta get your shanks in your team.
But this is the thing. Sometimes doing that, it be 4-5 deep. Holding it down, you violating them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And niggas be like, and I like me personally, I was never in the house when that happened, when 3-4 dudes hold and violated. But that made me want to stab each and every one of them.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's shit you don't do. Bro.
Yeah. Like what you get out of that? Yeah.
You don't spit in the food. You don't piss in, put on the bread and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that, just the vow. I don't like. You know what I mean? That's just
we was
man.
Raised different.
That's a man. That ain't no grown man.
We was just raised different. Certain things you don't do. You don't tell you don't invite no man to your private area. You don't.
Yeah, you don't do it. But
that's when you want to fight. No, that's what I'm saying. When you really ready to go there with a dude, you do that. Playing.
That was my way to bring him out. Like
right, exactly. You either tell him that or just punch him in the face.
Nigga, what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? Or eat a.
Yeah.
Because I stopped going from suck my. Because bro, this is the craziest joint, right? This one I'm hustling now. We had a crackhead down the way named Mark. He called everybody pure. You know what I'm saying? Pure. So, pure.
Hold on, he was Florida.
Yeah, he
I
was
think
gay.
I remember Mark.
You remember tall
Yeah,
Mark,
I do,
tall,
I
skinny
do.
Mark?
Yeah,
He used to be fly back in the day. He used to
I know
boost and all that.
exactly who you talk about. He passed away too.
Yeah, he passed away from AIDS.
Yeah.
So I'm like 18, 19. So Mark getting on my nerve. Pure. Like, Pure, get the fuck out of here. Pure.
Yeah.
He like, Pure, you ain't gonna give me nothing. Pure, suck my. He like, oh, Pure.
Yeah.
Yo, I was sick. I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So that's when you learn how to be conscious of what you say out your mouth.
Yeah.
You're telling a gay dude to suck your and
Yeah.
that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this is the thing, I know that, because you know gay, you know hood gay. The hood gay tell you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you know, they gonna be up front with you.
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta
know what
tell
I'm
them
saying?
they-
Like, yo,
yeah.
you guys don't stop playing with me, I'm gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that. You know what I'm saying? Because but like, you know, that's in our hood.
Yeah.
That type of shit is in our hood. But you know, that's how I learned how to stop inviting a nigga to.
Yeah.
You
You
know what I'm
gotta.
saying? I would just tell a nigga eat it.
Yeah.
No, that like after that would be my
Right, because those was always,
because you know
fighting
once you throw the Frank out there, period.
Yeah.
You call a nigga rider.
Yeah.
That's fighting.
Yeah. Right.
Mad rider.
Yeah.
You already know what that is.
PDR. Right.
But see, that's when you can call a nigga rider without him knowing.
Yeah.
Right.
You say
Nigga
PD.
mad PD.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's funny. You know what's
Everybody you know
taking
that
it back
know
to
they
you.
Yeah, I'm about to
laughing.
say, yo, God, it's
Taking
funny
it
though.
back.
It's funny though how our hood we got our own slang that only in the hood we know.
Nah, that's a fact.
You say nigga PDR, you know what I'm saying? Be like, fuck he talking about?
Mad
Yeah.
Darrow,
Yeah,
Mad
right, yeah, word.
Oh yeah, Mad Darrow, Mad.
Yeah.
But
You
know what I mean?
you know it's dope too. The audience is gonna get to hear more from y'all too, because y'all got a podcast that y'all gonna start. I don't want to put the title out yet because people need to copy it and steal it. But before they know it, y'all podcast is gonna be we start shooting that the first week of November.
Okay.
This will be out before then.
All right.
And you know, we gonna do some
Solid.
pilots, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be about y'all, what we talking about
Yeah.
today. Again, not glorifying, talking about real shit. He's been through some shit,
Yeah, nah, that's a fact.
but how to get out of it,
Yeah,
but how to first avoid it.
Yeah,
how to avoid it first.
How to navigate those type of situations and basically give you insight on your own. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We like, it's too many dudes. Like I was in the feds with a dude from Brooklyn, and they didn't know who Marcus Garvey was.
Wow.
Damn.
Mind you, we got an avenue
In Brooklyn.
and
Stop.
projects.
Yeah.
In Brooklyn. He said,
And
Red, black, and green.
literally,
Like,
and
yeah.
you don't know who Marcus Garvey is,
yeah.
cuz.
And public schools, all types. Yeah.
You got parks, parks.
Yeah.
I was like, how you don't know who Marcus Garvey? And you're from Brooklyn, cuz. I was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
tight. I was like, yo, you look as dumb as a bag of rocks.
Yeah.
Like I was literally like tight. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to still on this
Yeah,
tight.
yeah.
Cause you know, it's a different era, bro.
Yeah.
Cause I remember like when I was getting locked up, and not the, you know, honestly, that's where I learned the most about my people.
Prison. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's so funny, that's what I
And
was saying earlier, when you get a chance to sit
sad,
still.
bro. It's sad that that's why I had to get a larger education of who I am and where I come from.
Glad you got it though.
You know what I'm saying? And even, you know, I knew a lot for somebody at my age at that time. You know what I'm saying? Because I could build with anybody at the time. But the more I learned, you know what I'm saying, then it's just like, wow. Then you start understanding the reasons why. See, when you get that education, like you know,
Right.
but you don't know why.
And then you start seeing lot of stuff is systematic.
You start
systematic,
learning. You learning the whys and the hows and the
The
you know what I'm saying?
who's, the where's, the what's.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
And when you get in tune with that, now
Things become more clear.
Yeah, now and I think that's why a lot of people don't want to know. Now you obligated too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You obligated.
Because you can't unknow.
I don't care what you doing. Cause
Yeah.
like I'm not gonna never stop being a Crip.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's tattooed
But
on my
now,
back.
but
and
now you
know
know
what I
how
mean?
to do it more effectively.
But I done decided like
To live by the acronym.
no black man is my enemy.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
live by the acronym, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Community revolution.
in progress. Yeah.
Yo, and it's crazy you say that because, you know, coming from where we come from, off of Fulton Street, I always wanted to go to Africa, but never did I really see myself there. You know, sometimes it's a fleeting thought. Y'all done been to Africa 4 times already. You know what I'm saying?
And I can't wait.
To the point that,
as soon
you
as
know,
I get off this paper.
inherited a school out there, you know, really doing community work because
months.
there's
A word?
Yeah.
that's what's
11
up.
months.
We're gonna celebrate too.
Bro, as soon, you know, I get off 9/11.
Wow.
The day I get off is the day that I'm the out of here. I'm
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Son, I don't know if I'm going to Africa that day.
Yeah, but you
I'm
go-
getting the out this
Yeah.
country
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to
Just
get
to
away.
get on a plane.
Yeah.
Just
and
to
see
get
the
away.
rest of the world because, like we said, our hood was our own little world. You know what I'm saying? We walked from downtown Brooklyn to Nostrand Avenue, and you dealing with different hoods with different mentalities.
Not to cut you off, right?
Yeah.
But even though I had been to Europe already with my pop. My pops is in the jazz music.
Right.
My pops is jazz music. He was in a band called Sun Ra. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Wow.
Like I said, a lot of
Google
people know
Sun Ra.
Sunrise.
People like
I know what that is. Yeah, I know
mean,
what that
but
is.
you,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? You're
Yeah.
older. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of the youngsters don't know. You know what I'm saying? He was a major influence in jazz and in the I can't remember the era that they call it avant-garde.
Okay.
When that era hit, that's when you know, because he's the one who was doing a lot of symbolism, African symbolism, Egyptian symbolism, and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Something about definitely something. Yeah.
So, you know, and he always spoke about the cosmos. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, I went to Europe with my pops. You know what I'm saying? So, I was one of them little fake cultured.
Yeah.
Nah, cause like my moms would make sure I would go to like culture,
Right.
African drum dances.
Yeah.
We going to Museum of Natural History. So when I came up, like I'm really a bookish dude.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like even though I'm from the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like I had exposure to a lot of different. You know what I'm saying? So
It's almost like we become a product of the environment, though.
MC8, the hood done took me under.
cause I wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You
No,
want
see,
it.
that's what I'm saying.
I get.
Yeah.
You want.
Because now for
like,
me,
because
in school, I was always in the top classes. I went to high school on design. Like I was always smart, but is it
wanna
to be
do.
smart?
Yo,
right.
you know what?
it was always.
and
But see, this
and
is the thing in
smart
our
dudes-
era. It was cool to be smart.
Facts,
but
facts.
You know what I'm saying? But you
know
had
how
to have some
finagle that in
heart
the
too.
street.
You
Right.
had to-
Exactly.
You had to have some heart. Like
But you
like
know-
a street dude loved a little smart with heart.
Yeah.
Nah, I like. I mean,
Right.
you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Man, I like that
Right.
little man.
Yeah.
Leave that little nigga alone.
Especially
And that was me because I'd be like, they know, because I'd be articulate as talking to
Yeah.
them. It's like,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom. But I got the hood accent and all that. But I would just show them like, yo, you're not talking to one of these little dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you know
When
what?
you talk to me, you're gonna talk to me with the same respect that because that was my whole shit with older dudes.
Yeah.
Like, And I had
Don't little
no-
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't little me.
Yeah.
If you talk to me like I'm an adult. You know what I'm saying? So, and that comes from the way I was raised. My mom said, yo, you the man of the family. I got 3 older sisters. You know what I'm saying? So, you the man of the house. Boo, boo, boo. So that was a mantle
That's
I
some
had to
pressure,
take on.
too.
That's
some
pressure. Me and my sister had a conversation about that. She was like, yo, I don't think mommy
Understood what she was
did
really doing.
the right thing when she did that. But I was like, nah, she did because that molded me into the individual. That gave me a certain amount of moral standpoint, moral ground to go from. You know what I'm saying? If you the man in the house, that means you got to protect your sisters. Boom, boom, boom. This is your name. Your name, you got a warrior. So my mom's basically put me through the fire.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At a young age. You know what I'm saying?
Which is actually a good thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of sisters now don't do that.
She never spoiled me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't telling moms, yo, I want this and cry. My mom look at me like, yeah, all right, keep on. You get tired. You know what I'm saying? I like falling out and you already know what that gets you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? My moms wouldn't do it then. She gonna be nice and you know what I'm saying? Already once I get in that car, I'm crying. I already know what's gonna happen when I get to the crib. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah. So Balagoon is this is what y'all looking at right here. This is the shirt.
Facts.
Y'all could get it on go to his Instagram, Real Mafia C-Gutta.
Yeah.
Real Mafia. It'll be in the description to go to his Instagram. He do hand to hands if you in the New York City area.
Balagoon Clothing.
BalagoonClothing.com.
Yeah.
It's not the Instagram. It's just is it an Instagram?
No,
Instagram
I got a Balagoon Clothing on Instagram.
Okay.
You go in there, you can click onto the website.
Got you. All right. So I make sure all of that is in the description box.
You know, I don't know how to explain.
Yeah. I make sure everything is in the description box so you can get this shirt right here. He has hoodies. Hats to be coming soon. It's hoodie season, so you need a hoodie. Yeah.
Soon.
Everything. So
Gullies will be coming soon.
So Gutta, I mean, I'm glad that you came here today. I wanted to. This is our second interview too, but the other one, so many things transpired since then. We couldn't really use that no more, and I wanted to pit people to see you in the light of where you just not some idiot. You know what I'm saying? That ex-con, that
dumb street dude.
Yeah, dumb street dude, a idiot, an ex-con.
Now because that's what even our own people.
Yeah,
it's sad to say is they'll take some people word as gospel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if a person that they look up to say, well, they gonna believe it.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't care what you say. You can sit there and talk to them, explain the whole situation.
They always gonna go off your track record. When they could pull something up and they say Steve Jackson and they see that damn mugshot and he did this, especially the shit that happened down the block. They gonna do that. But we about to get the hell up out of here. I'm Doggie Diamonds. It's Doggie Diamonds, no filter. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow Gutta on Instagram. His Instagram will be in the description box. Make sure you follow Tad. His Instagram will be in the description box. You already know, follow me. I'm not following you back. Make sure you click subscribe to this on iTunes. Go to radio.com. Download the app. It's free. You can hear the podcast on there. You can see the video on YouTube, youtube.com/Doggie Diamonds TV. Again, they have a podcast coming. We will announce the name soon. We start filming and putting it together. I'm executive producing it. So you know it's going to be dope anyway, and they down with us. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. I'm out of here. Until next time. Peace.
Yeah.
Let's take some flicks outside. I gotta cut a promo real quick. I gotta change. What's up, everybody? This is Doggie Diamonds, the host of Doggie Diamonds No Filter podcast. For the latest in entertainment with no filter, make sure you download my podcast, Doggie Diamonds No Filter, on radio.com.